Well, what's up, everybody? I'm back here again on Dodson Logging, and this is my second attempt at this video. What ended up happening yesterday, I was going to record during my lunch break, and well, my USB microphone that I talk into here, it came unplugged in the back. I've got an extension cable that runs back behind my computer and the monitors and stuff, and I guess somehow it either one of our cats got back there and pulled it loose, or maybe it just when I was shuffling some stuff around here the other day, maybe it just kind of came loose. But anyway, I get that back together, and then I went to record, and I got all the way to the end, an hour of gameplay. You can see here we're over here on the plantation now. I moved all the equipment over here, even got a load down in the sawmill, and I realized that whenever I got the microphone plugged back up and everything was working in OBS, that my Audacity was still on a different setting, so I ended up not getting the data, or the audio data recorded. But I was going to do a voiceover, then I realized, oops, I just went ahead and deleted the video because I didn't have audio for it. So anyway, we're back on track today, and like I said, we're over here on the plantation. You can see the truck with the lowboy over there in the distance, and so I've got one truck with a log trailer, although I need to switch out trucks, I think, because this Kenworth truck I've got over here by Serious Mods, it's really low to the ground, and so you can kind of see the log trailer. Well, it looks kind of even there, but when you get it on the level ground, it's definitely lower in the front, and it kind of catches on some stuff. But so anyway, let's hop out of here. Let's see, did I bring a wood chipper over? No, I don't have a wood chipper yet. Okay, let's go get the wood chipper. Get it over here because we're gonna need that pretty quickly. Yeah, I decided to go ahead and move everything over here to the plantation so we can move a lot of wood in a hurry, because there's just trees all lined up waiting to be cut down. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed that KST map video on Monday. That was a lot of fun. That's going to be a good challenge with all those trees as densely packed in there as they are. That's going to be quite a challenge to get all that cut down. And we've got two wood chippers, but I think I'm just gonna worry about, one of them, and we'll either sell the other one or move it somewhere else. Not quite sure just yet, but that one can stay. We'll need the stump grinder over there at some point, but I think we're pretty good on the stumps. Just got to get those little wood chip pieces picked up. And we'll have to get us a truck and a trailer out there so we can offload the wood chips from the chipper. And we'll need to get the lumber production going there at the sawmill too. I haven't done that yet. In fact, I had a comment from someone on one of my videos about the wood chip tip point not working correctly, not giving an unload signal. We'll have to check that out and see. I know in the past when I've used that particular factory or lumber deal there, I don't know if you can back up to it with a trailer. I think you have to use a front end loader, wheel loader. We'll check that out, because I remember playing on well, it seems like it was one of Beardshot's maps that I couldn't use the trailer I had to actually use a wheel loader. Let's get this truck out of the way, and then we'll hop in the skidder and go pull us up some more trees. Alright, now one thing I was going to do is to go look for another truck. So that's another Kenworth. Same. Yeah, I guess we'll have to use one of these trucks. And I'll tell you what, let's see, the chipper won't go into that big one. Let's grab this first one. And we'll use this as our wood chip transport from the job site back to here. So real quick, what I'm talking about here, here's the lumber production factory, and here's the wood chip fuel area. And I don't think, so just for fun, I don't think it's, since we don't have anything in here, I don't think it's going to give us anything, but like I'm pretty sure with this area here, you have to tip into it with a front end loader. See, it doesn't give us an offload icon. And just for fun, here's a truck that's got something actually in the trailer. We'll drive it back over there and take a look. Could be because that truck was empty and that trailer was empty on this one, maybe. But I don't think it's going to give us that offload point or icon. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. You gotta be in the right spot though. Look, see, I'm up in there and it's not giving it. But if you pull forward just a little, where your tires are just touching the entrance, it gave me the icon there. So if you pull forward just a little bit more, it doesn't. Now, I haven't had any luck before with filling this thing up offloading from a trailer, so let's just see what happens. I'm gonna hit Control I on my keyboard. Okay, now it did fill it up. Okay, so it does work. Hadn't tested that before now, but as you can see, that you got to be just in the right spots. I'm not sure, maybe if whoever made that comment, I don't have the name there, but you got to be just in the right spot, so it does work. So I'm gonna go put this truck back in line. Now all we gotta do is get some logs over there and we can get the factory going, get some lumber going. So I haven't seen any comments yet, either on the videos or over on Facebook, about me playing some other games. If y'all want to see some Spin Tires, American Truck Simulator, or Gold Rush, let me know. I've got those 3 games that I can play. So if you'd like to see American Truck Simulator, Gold Rush, or Spin Tires, leave me a comment below, and we'll play some of those games at some point. I may anyway. I've been meaning to get back to American Truck Simulator. I've got I think I've got the latest update downloaded. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. And I've got the steering wheel and the gas and brake pedal. I don't have a clutch, so I can't, use a shifter or anything. And I've also built myself a little side panel with some buttons and switches on it for like starting and stopping the truck, unhooking the trailer. I've got the park and brake, the hazard lights, the windshield wipers, and I don't remember what the other ones are. I have to look it up. I've got all that as a little side panel, kind of like the Cytec side panel for Farming Simulator. It's similar to that, only it's handmade. Doesn't look as good. Well, everybody, I'm getting kind of excited. I'm about to head back down to New Orleans again this year. We went last year for a conference, work thing, but it kind of turns into a work/vacation. So, looking forward to it this year, because this year's gonna be a bit different because our company is putting on a basically a training day, which means the next day, which is usually the conference, registration, and last year we were just getting there that day, but this year we're going to have a whole day around New Orleans just to do whatever. So I'm kind of planning on and hoping that I can make it back to the World War II museum that's there. There's a really nice World War II museum down there in New Orleans that it's not particularly cheap, but I guess it's not really expensive either. It's about, for an adult ticket, it's like $27 plus some extras if you want to do like the movie that's narrated by Tom Hanks, and there's some other shows and stuff. But they got some really nice exhibits down there. I'm looking forward to that. So should be able to do that on Tuesday. Then Wednesday our company's taking all of our clients out to eat at a restaurant not far from the hotel, so that ought to be good. Just a lot of good times down there. It's a neat city with all the architecture and the history and the art and food and all that good stuff. I just hope that it doesn't rain every day like last year. I mean, it's right there on the Gulf of Mexico, so I mean it just rains all the time. You'd be walking down the street and all of a sudden, boom, it's raining. It's crazy. I'm going to try something a little different this time. If I can maneuver it right. I think I can. So I'll skid it up the first bunch of logs to the front of the machine. I'm going to skid this one up to the back of the machine. So what I'll do is just flip around and grab this load from the other side. We'll see how that works. I was just thinking for a minute. I still haven't set my joystick buttons back up for these rollers that are on here. I was thinking about doing that real quick, but I don't. Yeah, I'll do that later. It's not really necessary to the function of the machine. Just looks kind of cool. So while I'm gone in New Orleans, I hope to have some videos that I've prepared that are already uploaded and we'll just post whenever they're supposed to post. I'll have to work on that this week and this weekend, getting them all done and uploaded. And then whenever I get back from New Orleans, I'll have to work on the next high-speed video for Pacific Inlet. I've kind of neglected that for a while. Just had lots of other cool maps and stuff to play. But we'll get back on that. And I want to, you know, I don't know if I'll be able to make it now. I was hoping to cut down the whole map before Farming Simulator 19 comes out, but I don't think I'm going to make it. I'd really have to get busy. There's too many other good maps out there right now to play just Pacific Inlet for any length of period, so or any length of time. So I may have to just I don't know. I may just cut as much as we can, I guess, and then you know I don't. There'll probably be some time in the transition period between Farming Simulator 17 and 19 where I can probably still play some 17 for a while, because there won't be any good maps out for a little bit. Everybody's got to get used to how things work in 19 and kind of figure it all out. Okay, now let's see if I can. Now, I don't know if this is really going to work. I should put them further back. They really needed to be back about where the ends of the first stack are. We'll see if we can get it fixed up though. Oops. That one got up in the grapple part. Alright, that's a little better. Alright, what happened there? Yeah, this may not work out too well. It sure seems like it wants to work, but I don't know. It's a bit odd, that's for sure. Processing from the other side. Because you can't really see where the ends of the tree is going. It's all laying in there pretty good though. Well, like I mentioned in the last video that you didn't get to see because I didn't get the audio, the next map's coming along pretty good. I've got a few, we probably saw if you're following over there on Facebook, but I posted a couple of pictures of some signs for the lake, and the state park is called Lake Misu. That's M-I-S-U, and I was just for fun looking up some Native American names and saw that, and I think it means like rippling waters or rippling creek or something like that. So I thought that, I don't know, it just sounded good, so went with Lake Misu. And so right now what I'm working on mainly is putting in roads. That's the most tedious part of it, although there are some scripts out there which you can use to help lay in the roads using a spline. Some of them is still you got a hand place, like some of the curves and uphills and downhills and things like that. So I'm working on getting the roads all put in, and that's been a big pain. I wish that there was a better way to do the road system, but I don't know of anything. So that's the big holdup right now, is putting in all the roads. Once the roads are in, there's very little terrain and sculpting and stuff to do. It's just mainly getting signs put in. I want to do a bunch of signs this time, especially around the state park area. And then there'll be, let's see, I've got just a few more buildings I want to put in, especially at the sawmill, because it's looking kind of bare right now. There's some street lights. I got to make sure all those are working correctly. And let's see, what else? I got to finish putting in all the trees for one thing. And I've got to redo the water planes too. I found one little set of water planes, but they look really like light blue. Almost like a, I don't know, like a swimming pool or something. And that's not going to work, so I got to find a different set of water planes which look a little darker. But not much longer. I mean, I should, like I said, I should be done by the end of June, early July at the latest. That's what I'm pushing for. And probably, let's see, probably whenever I get all of the roads put in and make sure that everything is functioning as far as like lights and the sawmill, sell points, and things like that, then I'll probably, at that point, I'll probably release the name of the map. I'm not going to do it until, you know, like pre-beta stage or something. I just want to make sure everything is working and in place and pretty far along before I announce the map name. Just to make sure that nobody comes along after seeing that's maybe got a map in the works and like, oh, that's a good idea, I'll just make my map that name or something, you know. I don't want anybody stealing my map name, because you know, you put a lot of effort into these things and you got a lot of good ideas about how you want the map to look and the name of it and all that stuff, and then that would kind of suck if somebody came along and stole my map name. So we'll wait just a little while longer on that. But it will be a cool map name. I can tell you that it's gonna be something you'll look forward to. Just the name of it. So yeah, it will be a lot of fun. Yeah, I missed it. Missed it again. Let's see if I can just grab it with the, there we go. Just wanted to bump that along and resettle it in there. Yeah, it's too big of a grab. That's looking pretty good. Well, didn't grab it too. Oh well. Better than none, I guess. Looks like we got room for maybe all the rest of this, so I'll go ahead and try to grab all that's left on the ground, and we'll make a load, and we'll come back and probably have to cut some more trees. I don't think we have any more cut. That's been a pretty good load there. I hope this Kenworth can handle it. There we go. I got a few of them sticking out a little too far in the front, but I think that'll be alright. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Yep, that's a good load there. Woo, this truck's gonna struggle. Let's hope we don't high center on anything down here. Getting over this bridge is going to be fun too, because the back end kind of catches. You see it catch right there. It'll catch on the way back out too, or back down. Right about there. Well, it didn't do it that time. See those rocks that are in the road, it kind of catches on those. Plus you got the mud, which is causing the tires to lose traction. It's definitely a challenge, that's for sure. We got to make sure that we go slow too, so we don't rock the load too much. It's already rocking, but yeah, see, look there, we're stuck already. See if we can get backed out of here. Might not be able to. No, okay. Well, skidder to the rescue. If I can find it. There it is. Oops. Alright, let's see here. I think this tree right about here is going to work. Oh boy. That was rocking a bit too much for me, so let's try it again, see what happens. I'm just gonna put some tension on it. I'm gonna go hop back here in the truck and see if we can't pull forward a little. I don't want to lose this load. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I just need a little tug. That's it. I'm gonna try to stay out of the ruts this time, and maybe we can make it out of here without having to get assistance again. But this truck right here, it's really low to the ground, so there's not much ground clearance. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Had to get us a little run at it. Oh boy. Yikes. Oh boy. Oh, that's not good. Ah. If I cut that tree, it's probably gonna tump the trailer over. Who hired this truck driver? We're firing him right now. Come on, let's go. Let's get it this time. Let's go. Oh, I think we're gonna make it. It's close. I'm gonna hit some mud. Stay out of the mud. Alright. I think we got it now. If we can just avoid the big rocks here after we make this turn, we should be alright. Man, this is a load here. I'm gonna have to swap out trucks, I think. This just ain't gonna cut it. Oh, I was goofing around with the camera and messed up again. Jeez, okay, I'm dropping this trailer. This truck, it's just not cutting it. Alright, hopefully I've got it enabled. There we go, okay. Now this truck here has got some power. Oops. Because what I did was I discovered that this truck here, this is a nice truck. This is originally by Zombie Dogs. You can kind of see, you see where, maybe it's on the back. Yeah, you can see that ZDL or ZD Logging, that's Zombie Dogs. Anyway, the biggest engine option on here, which adds like $90,000, it didn't do anything. It didn't. To me, it didn't seem like it changed the pulling power, the speed, anything. So I went in and modified it myself and upgraded the engine horsepower a bit. So it's got some pulling power now. And I think I haven't had any problems with this truck, so we should be able to get this load out of here no problems, and I don't think we'll have any problems with this truck in the future. So we'll see what happens. Now you see all these roads here on Dodson Logging, all these were placed by hand. There was no placing anything by spline. I didn't know about that at that point. So this is all hand placed. And in fact, this is why I quit putting roads. Like right up here it just turns to gravel, which, you know, that's fairly true in some places. It just turns to gravel, but like around the town you'll notice that some of the roads just kind of stop. And that's why. It's because I got tired of hand placing all the roads. Alright, look at that. Just pulled it right out of there. Alright, so we'll sell some of the Kenworths and go back to this Peterbilt. But this is a pretty good load, I gotta say. That's a load of logs there. I don't have anything to offload these logs for the lumber factory thing there, so we'll worry about that later. In fact, I'll probably do some shorter ones for that. But this sell point right here is tall enough we can just drive right through it, so that's what we'll do. Go ahead and unlock that. There we go. You can see how tall that rock was. This truck's got a little bit better ground clearance, but like I said, it's got a ton more power than that Kenworth does. Uh-oh. Now I keep forgetting that this FDR trailer is really heavy, so you got to be pretty careful around the corners, otherwise the truck will want to jackknife on you pretty quick. Now let's see what it does with this bridge. Well, can't see. See, it didn't catch there either, so I think it's a little taller in the back also. Just a little. Oops. Turned a little bit too sharp. Yeah, I like that much better. As a matter of fact, I don't know. Let's see. See, we got a bunch of these things, but I'm not sure which one's which, and I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and sell them all, so I don't know which one's which. And since we're here, let's go ahead and get us another one of those, the Peterbilt 379s day cab. And then let's get us another log trailer by FTR. Well, all we have is the longs. I'll have to enable another trailer or two so we have some different options. We'll go ahead and get this one for now, because we'll be moving a lot of wood off this plantation. I guess everybody's seen the old school bus, huh? If you haven't, kind of as a little Easter egg funny thing, I put an old abandoned school bus back here. It's kind of funny. I found the model and it just looked kind of cool, so I was like, well, I'll just add that in. You know, the trees have all grown up and maybe the kids have busted out. Oh, I forgot to move that windshield forward. Oops. Didn't realize that until just now. The windshield, I forgot, when I was adjusting all the scales and stuff, because it was really, really big. I had to scale it down, and I forgot to move the windshield forward. Oh well. See how the road just stops? I got tired of putting road. This dirt road set's really neat. I first saw it in, I guess it was Team Sardinia Forestry where I first saw it. Thought that was pretty cool, and painstakingly added it all into this map. Like I said, it's all hand placed. There's no script to place this, and you got to adjust all the terrain to it, which I didn't do a very good job of it, adjusting the terrain up to the road, but I did a fair job, I guess. I give myself like a C minus or something. Maybe a C. Alright, now let's see if I can tell about this trailer. Didn't appear to hit, so this truck's a little bit higher than the Serious Mods Kenworth. Alright, so we got us another truck ready to go. And we've got about 10 minutes left, so let me hop in the fella buncher and we'll cut down some more trees because we're out. Kind of open this up some more. Now what I was doing before, which y'all didn't get to see because I screwed up the audio in the last video. Anyway, I was grabbing one tree and then I'm going past the second one. So you cut down the first tree, go past the second one up to about the midpoint where you can get to both those trees, and I'm placing the first tree down. Then you cut the second or the third, depending on which way you want to start. And drop those two trees right there. This way you don't have to track quite so much. Then I'm just placing this other tree here. So that gives us 3. Now what you can do is, if the tree spacing is pretty good, I can go up here and grab this 4th tree and then just put it back in this pile here. That gives us 4 trees per pile, so that works out pretty good. Now once we kind of get tired of working here at the plantation, the next spot I'm going to is the swamp. That'll be kind of cool. Alright, so we'll try to get this road cut out. I think we got just a little bit of time here. Don't know if we are to make it all the way to the end, but we'll get close enough, and that'll be good for today. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to get to the end. Well, as I'm cutting up the last few trees here, I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. As you can see there, I'm trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers and get my videos monetized again, or at least I hope so. I started this little YouTube project back in July of 2016, so coming up on 2 years now, and it's gone pretty well. You know, I really just kind of stick to one game, so I didn't really expect my subscription numbers to be huge, because Farming Simulator, you know, it's kind of, I don't know, I guess with me just doing the timber part of it, it's a real niche kind of, you know, video series, and you know, I don't do any kind of live broadcasting or anything like that, which normally gets a lot of viewership, and you know, I'm not super animated, as you can tell, so I'm not like the crew or anything like that, just wild and crazy, which, you know, that's fine in their own world, but that's just kind of not who I am. Although I do try to keep it somewhat entertaining, I guess, huh? But I think the video quality and all that, the gameplay, just kind of helps speak for itself. I think it's pretty good compared to what I've seen on YouTube. I don't think a lot of guys have the dual joystick set up, so their harvesting and loading and all that kind of stuff is a little herky-jerky at times, but you know, gotta run with what you brung, I guess, as they say. So, but anyway, we're just about out of time for today. I'm gonna go ahead and cut down just a few more trees, and then that'll have to be it for today. When we come back next time, we'll get us a few more loads down in the sawmill, and we'll get us another trailer too, so I can haul some shorter logs, and we'll try to get the lumber production going. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again on Friday with another map. I'll try to maybe do a map we hadn't done in a while. I'm thinking maybe the interior, or the Team Sardinia, something like that. You know, we haven't got to some of those maps in a little bit, so we'll get back to that. But anyway, I hope you have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.